Okay, so special cases when we have vertical and horizontal lines. We're still going to be talking about parallel and perpendicular, but we need to make sure that we understand parallel and perpendicular lines in relation to vertical and horizontal. We've talked about when our slope is the same or slope is opposite reciprocal, but what does it mean when looking at vertical lines and horizontal lines? So we need to look back and remember our hoi vux that we've talked about. When it's a horizontal line, it's y equals a number and it has 0 slope. When it's a vertical line, it has undefined slope and it's x equals a number. That's just what we would have talked about for our warm-up. So if we look, a vertical line is written in the form x equals a. So that's what I was saying, x equals a number where a represents the lines x-intercept. So if we look at this one, it crosses the x-axis at 3. So the equation for this line is x equals 3. So what we want to do, we want to get an equation of a parallel line. Well, this is a vertical line. If it's a vertical line, it has undefined slope. So we need to pick an x equals a number. So draw a parallel line. Let's draw this one. So in this case, I'm going to highlight my parallel line in pink. So this equation of this parallel line is x equals -2. The slope is going to be undefined. So the slope of this line is undefined, and the slope of my parallel line is also undefined. So these two lines are parallel. They have the same type of slope. So what about a perpendicular line? We'll draw a perpendicular line to your vertical line. Then I'm going to highlight that one in blue. So there's my vertical line. Well, if it is a vertical line, or sorry, this is a horizontal line. I'm sorry. A horizontal line is going to be y equals a number. That's at y equals 2. So the equation of my line is y equals 2. And keep in mind, this is your notation for parallel. It looks like two railroad tracks. And perpendicular, it's the upside down T. So the equation of my perpendicular line is y equals 2. Your slope is 0. So you have to understand when dealing with horizontal and perpendicular, horizontal and vertical lines, your slopes still have to be the same and opposite reciprocals of each other. 0 and undefined create those perpendicular lines. So what about when it's a horizontal line? So if we look, here's my horizontal line. If it's a horizontal line, your equation is y equals a number. So here, this is going to be equal to y equals 1. My slope, your slope is equal to 0. So that means if I'm going to have a parallel line, the slope of it also has to be 0. So draw a parallel line. It can be anywhere. There's my parallel line, which my parallel line I'm going to highlight in pink. And so not to get confused, these two over here are parallel. These two right here are parallel. So the equation of my parallel line, because it is a horizontal line, it's y equals a number. So in this one, it's going to be y equals 4. And then if I draw a perpendicular line, which it can be anywhere, I'm going to say right there, it crosses at x equals 1. Because it is a vertical line, it's x equals a number. When you have x equals a number, your slope is undefined. So read your directions for the vertical and horizontal lines practice. You're still going to be highlighting parallel and perpendicular lines.